The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
Looking to throw. And this one is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 9.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
The ball carrier. Tackle made at his 48-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6. The Chark goes in motion left.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. John Johnson with the INT. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far, but you don't want to look at all on the rookie quarterback. He's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They run again with Harris. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Damian Harris, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, they would have been happy with a first down, but this is even better. Once he's past the marker, it's cream cheese from there. And he bumps it to the outside, and it's just going to run away from defenders on his way toward the pylon.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Nifty move. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Allen. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this is going to remain a 1-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running 2, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage.
He completes this to Walker.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. 41 yards. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Bill 7. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here. So it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here's Allen.
And his throw is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he is going to have the Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Motion man is Shakir.
Allen now looks to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll try the middle with Cook.
And he's going to have the Bills first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Walker.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Allen. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
A trick shot on the extra point, but it is good off the left upright. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
53 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
The contact on that run came pretty early. Nice job just to push forward and get some extra yardage. Good game.
It certainly was, because the initial contact did not signal the end of the play. His mind, his body, his legs said keep churning forward, and he gained more yardage.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3.
Allen running the option to the left.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And now they'll throw with Allen. They'll roll him out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin Bush. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. And that's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Bass is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
On the counter, it's Walker. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down, Seattle.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. A tackle made by Dorian Williams.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Poona Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. To the air, Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Flush to his right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
On 1st down, Allen.
That is caught. Kincaid with it.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
Throwing now is Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one, because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Now this likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
Here's Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. One final try here for Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 70.
And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. 56 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Walker now on 1st and 10. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
2nd and 4. This complete to Lockett.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
1st and goal, Seattle.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. They'll try and run Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker.
An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Allen off the play fake.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 72 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Here's Charbonnet.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Second and 8 coming from the 19. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10.
And from the gun, here's a handoff to Charbonnet.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal unit again, and this phase of the game has been an absolute disaster so far. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And the lead will stay put at 17. So that's now 12 points that they've left on the field. 4 missed field goals.
Now, you and I were both hoopers, so you know it's like being a shooter in basketball. Sometimes when things go wrong, it gets in your head, and it's tough to get back on track. And that one, it never had a chance.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another